everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Cardinals going up against the Lions. The opening kick of the new season is straight ahead as we turn it over to our broadcast duo of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. And welcome in, everyone. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. These two teams, Arizona and Detroit. You know, if you were asked prior to last season which of the two would make the playoffs, probably would have said Arizona, but it was the Lions at 9-7 who made it, and the Cards at 7-8-1 who did not.
Yeah, you make an excellent point there, partner, because prior to last season, Arizona was seen as a strong contender to end up in the Super Bowl. Things didn't break their way, a few injuries, just didn't play as well as they did in 2015. But when you flip over to Detroit, that was a surprise team in the NFC North, came very close to winning the division. Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah with a tackle for loss. Just think he's still learning the game of football. Didn't play a heck of a lot of it in his native country, and at BYU was just scratching the surface before he hit the NFL.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really liked soccer and basketball, but football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential, he's realizing it here.
Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he's brought down after a good gain. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second down, Johnson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Out of the gun, Palmer. And that is incomplete. Fitzgerald, obviously a guy they need to be locked in on, but he's going to have to be locked in too. He's going to be staring at Darius Slay throughout this game. He better get used to it. Not an easy matchup.
He makes things difficult for receivers throughout the game, and at key moments, he lives up to his nickname, Big Play Slay, because he knows how to attack the football and take it in the other direction.
The punter lock out there now as he sends it away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
And it's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, I'm worried about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the end zone, Stafford. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Trust me, Brandon, I'm not about to try and take your job. I can't do what you do. But that wasn't just 3 and out. That felt like 3 and backwards.
That's exactly what it was. You can have my job whenever you want it. The drive that you're looking for, though, probably going forward. Bad start to the ball game.
Yeah, not the way to get things going.
And he's able to get it out of there. Now it's Peterson. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So out now come the Cardinals. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They go to Johnson again. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
And Palmer gives to Johnson. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And down inside the 15 he goes. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Palmer gives to Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Good play action, hit him over the top.
Now it's Palmer. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Akeem Spence. Getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
On 3rd down, Palmer. And that'll be caught by Gresham for a Cardinal touchdown. Jermaine Gresham, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved out to an early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Well, let's discuss Detroit as they take the field on offense. Last year, crazy season in the Motor City. Fourth quarter comebacks, 8 of them. They started 1-3, then won 8 of 9 before going 0-4 to finish the year at 9-7. Ultimately, another season without a playoff victory.
In the midst of that 8 of 9 win string, they had 3 straight home games that all came down to the final series, and they won them all. I thought that was the key to their season. Look, we know they can score on offense. Matthew Stafford and his receivers, they can just absolutely light it up. But Detroit invested on defense in the draft. 3 of their first 4 picks, all defensive players. 2 linebackers and a secondary player. I think the key guy out of that might be Teez Tabor, the cornerback they took out of Florida. They've got to slow down some of those high flyers in the NFC North.
On the ground, it's Reddick. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Third and 2, Stafford. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Stafford finding his big tight end, Ebron, for a Lion first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Now Riddick. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
That's exactly what Detroit wants to do with Theo Riddick. Find a way to get him the ball on 3rd down out of the backfield. Man's got excellent hands.
The numbers bear that out. 2 years ago, led all running backs with 80 catches. 10 games last year, 53 catches. Now a first down throw. Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Riddick with a carry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it. And
he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Theo Riddick taking it in from a yard out. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Charles, as the Cardinals come out, let's take a look back to last year. They came in with Super Bowl aspirations. They had won 10 or more games 3 straight years. They wound up finishing with the number 9 overall offense, the number 2 overall defense, but they did not make the playoffs.
That just tells you that sometimes statistics don't tell the total tale, right? Let's take the defense. Number 2 overall in total defense, but they gave up 30 or more points 6 times in 2016. I believe they'd only done that 5 times in the previous 2 seasons. So when you give up that kind of point total, it makes it really hard for your offense to keep pace. So what did they do? They spent some time in the draft. Hassan Reddick, a linebacker out of Temple, was their first-round draft pick. Buda Baker, a safety out of Washington, trying to shore up the defensive side in order for them to compete in the NFC West.
On 2nd down, here's Palmer. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 3rd down, Palmer. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Tate. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions will take over. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout.
On
first down at Stafford. Caught right side. Tate brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. And the ball is knocked out, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
The previous play is under review.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
We got three, ladies. We got 3. Easy. Sponge. Ready. Set. Blue 60.
Stafford. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. On the return is Peterson. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And Carson Palmer's going to turn 38 in December. Actually contemplated not coming back in 2017. I wonder how disappointed he was in the 2016 season.
Well, do you think that that's a reason that he's back?
I think that maybe he feels like there's one more good run in this Arizona Cardinals team, and he wants to be the QB for it.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. throw on second down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd and short.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
3rd and 2, now Palmer. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Now Palmer. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Second and 10. It's Palmer again. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. John Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. An update over in Soldier Field. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before the break. Stafford toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our... All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third.